Hello and welcome to the Savvy Gadgets channel with me, Venue K. Now we've had some new subscribers join, so thanks to you guys, thanks for joining, thanks for subscribing to my channel, I appreciate that a great deal. Now, this is the part 2 of our base build, so where do we go from here? So far, our base is very basic. We've got the small and medium printers, we've got a research chamber, and we've also got the smelter. And these are the very basics that we need. Now, beyond that, we could invest in, if I dive down, in the soil centrifuge. Now, to be fair, that's not particularly useful. I mean, it does give us some ingredients or resources by providing soil to it, but it's not a huge producer, shall we say. The more better is I need the chemistry lab, and the chemistry lab gives you access to a wide variety of materials and resources when you combine them together to give you new resources. However, in order to produce some of those resources, I also need an atmospheric condenser. And both of those present a problem to me, mostly because this uses plastic and iron, and I haven't got any iron, and you have to make plastic with the chemistry lab, which needs tungsten. I haven't got any tungsten, I haven't seen any, so my choices are this. I can either get some buggies, so I could invest my hard-earned research, of which I've done quite a lot, in perhaps the rovers, that one, the tractor, which is great fun to drive around, I have to say, or the medium and its trailer. And then you have, if you want to go a little bit larger, you've got the buggy, but you need tungsten carbide, which means you need the chemistry lab again, or you have the medium rover, which requires rubber, which again, with plastic, you need, you guessed it, the chemistry lab. So we really do need to build ourselves a chemistry lab. So not much of a decision there really. So what we're going to do, we're going to, because we could go for the tread platform, but oh look, that needs tungsten and iron, and I don't have either of those. So the soil centrifuge will not provide us with those, although it might provide us with some iron, so that's a possibility. We certainly have two compound, we certainly have an aluminium, so we could give that a go, see what that gives us, but I don't think it gives iron. So best thing to do is be onwards and upwards and build a chemistry lab, which means first off we need to get off planet, which means we need the rocket. So that one's nice and easy, 2 pieces of aluminium. I've already got that sitting aside. I can't make that one because it needs aluminium alloy, and that needs the chemistry lab. I certainly have the 2 ceramic, and if I wanted to build the large one, 2 pieces of titanium alloy, certainly can't do that. Plus it's really expensive in bytes. So if I'm going to get off planet, the small shuttle is the first way to go. So now I've got a few considerations. How am I going to get up there? Well, okay, once you build this thing, you're actually going to need the oxygenator, so you need aluminium ceramic. I've certainly got those, so we need to buy the oxygenator, and that sits inside of the shelter and all of the rockets. And beyond that, when we actually get up to a new planet, we're going to want to be able to make solar stuff, because one of the other things I haven't found on this planet is lithium. So I'm going to have to get lithium from elsewhere, as well as the tungsten and the iron. So I will need to be able to build a medium solar and a medium wind turbine. Now, if I don't have enough materials, I also will find the small solar useful and the small wind turbine. Now, I could take those with me, let's be fair. I mean, I have found an abundance of them here, so let's just put some research on. As I've been roaming around the planet, I've found at least a couple of internal turbines and that, this, that and the other, and I could bung them on my backpack and take them with me. However, as you can see, it's also been fairly bountiful here. So I've got a couple of medium solar panels and a couple of wind turbines. Now, I can't take those with me. I can't fit them on my backpack. So I'm a bit stuffed. So what I think the best thing to do is, because the medium solar panels and the wind turbines are easy enough to make with the materials and resources that I have on the planet, is I will make a couple of them and take them with me. Now, I can't fit them on the rocket. I actually have to have them on my backpack. So I have one of each. Then that's fair enough, I guess. Now, let's look now that we can actually build them. I believe it's here. There's the oxygenator. I'm going to need one of those. The medium solar takes glass and copper. Now, I have glass, I have copper. So I have the quartz, I can smelt the quartz into glass, and I have malachite to melt into copper. And with the wind turbine, I've got clay, which turns into ceramic on the burner, and glass, which turns into it. So what I can do is I can build them, and I can actually, because they're small boxes, and I can actually take a couple of those on my backpack, which would be really useful. So let's gather some of those materials together and let's build ourselves a rocket. Now, I might need a large printer for that. Let's have a look. Yep, I'm going to need to build another platform. I'm going to need to build the large printer. So let's get a platform underway. My old favourite, that one. So I need 3 resin for that, and then for the large printer I need 3 compound. Okay, so I'll get building those. I'll get them put together and we'll get it up on the end there, I think. Or maybe we'll actually stretch out that way, maybe. Or this way. Look, we could go that way if I really wanted to. Okay, so I'll get on with that and catch you in a minute. Okay, so here's my platform. I've replaced the small one, which is now over there hosting some wind turbines, and you can see that I've now got the small printer, the medium printer, and the large printer all on the one platform, and I find that quite convenient because it's like all your building needs in one place. So let's have a look at the large printer now. It gives us the shelter, and that is the small shuttle. Yeah, right, small, that's not going to cut it. So let's build that, and we need the oxygenator, which I think is actually a small one. Assuming I actually get it. Medium storage, rover, medium printer, oxygenator, so ceramic and aluminium. So let's escape out of that. So ceramics, there's some ceramic. As you can see, I've got quite a nice stockpile here. And some aluminium, just a bit out of reach. There we go. So that will. And the great thing is, I can actually build that right next door to my shuttle. That's fantastic. Yeah, the way it goes. I suppose the shuttle will take a bit longer, but that's cool. Right, the other thing we need to build. And you can see what I mean about the small box, even though it's a large item. What I can actually do is just put it on my backpack, and there you can see the oxygenators on my backpack, and I can do that with the solar panels. And I can take a couple of solar panels with me and a couple of wind turbines on my back, and then I've already got sort of like an instant power platform should I need it. So I just need to build a platform when I'm out there, and I can build the small printer from my backpack. If you remember, small generator, that will also be useful. No, good luck, that's finished. Not the tank, small solar, small wind turbine, small printer. So take a piece of compound with me, and perhaps a 2 pieces of compound. So I have a small generator as well. So then I can use organic material to create power. Okay, so the nice thing about this is the shuttle is actually movable. So we'll bring it over here, get it out of the way, and unpack it, and I'll stand back a bit. Okay, Okay, cool. Right, let's have a look. Right, so this panel on the side shows we need our oxygenator. So, oxygenator out, unpack it, and install it in the rocket. Simple as that. Right, now it's just missing one vital component, and that's those two bits underneath, which is a thruster. Now, I haven't got hydrazine, so I'm going to have to build one. And in order to do that, I don't think I've bought it yet. So let's have a look. Thrusters. As much as I'd love to be able to build a hydrazine thruster, it needs tungsten and titanium alloy. I haven't got tungsten, I haven't got the chemistry lab, so consumable solid rocket fuel thruster it is. So now I should be able to build that here. Oh yeah, there it is, and that's ammonium and aluminium. And that's ammonium, that's yellow spiky one, and aluminium just there. Right, now the solid fuel thruster is good for a couple of trips, and that's it. So it's a there and back situation. There we go. Unpack it, and then attach it to our rocket. Or drop it on the floor. There we go. Our rocket is now ready to go. We just need to get a few items together, like the solar panels that we need, and a few pieces of compound to get ourselves started, and then we can depart. So get that ready, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we're almost ready to go. And as you can see down here, I've got my medium wind turbine in packaged form, and I've got a medium solar. Now I could take the ones that I've already got and package them down by buying, find it quickly, the packager. Now I don't, that takes graphite. Now I actually have graphite. There is graphite nodes on this planet, but that wasn't the case in other games I've played. So I think it's best to take what you need with you, so that you can get set up quickly. Because all I want to go do is get out to another planet, harvest some wolframite. If I can get some iron as well, that would be useful, and then get back. So I'm going to take the wind turbine, and it fits snugly on my back there because it's a small box like that. So the next thing to take into account is I'm actually going to take with me some quartz. And all will become clear in a minute. Now, what else should I take? Some resin would be useful. Unfortunately, what I could do is make up a small platform. So, not that small. Oh, maybe I'm stuck with that. Because I think if I make a medium platform there, not that one's definitely too big. That one's too big. And where's that other one? Maybe I have to buy it. There was a small platform. Bigger than that one. Maybe I just haven't brought it. Let's have a quick look at our platforms. Yeah, that's the one. We'll buy that one. 250. Okay, and then a bit of luck. There it is. So, 2 resin, great. So rather than carrying 2 resin on my backpack, like the turbines, I can carry a couple of these on my back and start setting them up almost immediately, and I will have power and a couple of bits of storage. So let's grab another piece of resin and let's close that menu down, put that on my backpack. Now, the reason why I'm taking the quartz, very, very, very simple, is when I get out there, I want to set up a base. And I want to know where my base is. Now, you don't have one of these, and you can't take one with you. So you need a way of identifying where you've previously set up a base, and the only way to do that is to drop a beacon. So, with a piece of quartz, what I can do is create a beacon, drop it where my base is, and then when I return to the planet, I know where my old base is. And then I'll be able to find it again. Well, that's the theory anyway. Right, I've got room for a couple more bits. Now, I've got one piece of compound. So I need to build a small printer, so the compound will come in useful for that. Tether bundles, not so worried about those. I could take some tether bundles with me. Got canister, small generator. Okay, so I'll take another piece of compound with me, so I've got everything I need to get out there, and we're ready to go. So we're looking for tungsten, and hopefully some iron would be useful. So let's go for it. Let's launch. So when we get into space, what we're looking for is a planet that has wolframite on it, and hopefully hematite as well. So first we're going to orbit, and then we leave orbit. Now we're looking for, so we are on the planet Sylvia, I guess that says. Right, so that has wolframite, but it doesn't seem to have hematite. It might be fine. It's quite close by. Let's have a look at some of the other planets and see what we've got. Calidor, malachite and wolframite, but not hematite. But notice the gases, hydrogen and sulfur. Whereas Desalo has no gases, and we have hydrogen and nitrogen on the one that we're on Sylvia. Atrox is helium, methane, nitrogen and sulfur, but has no primary or secondary resources, so it's a very hard difficulty. Then over there way in the distance we've got Vesania, which has lithium and titanite, hydrogen, argon. That one, what's that one? Glacio, titanite and hematite. Oh, that's really annoying. I can't quite get that spot on. Hematite, lithium, and guess that's Novus. So I think wolframite is there. It's local, so I think Desalo may be the place to go. Doesn't have any gases though, so any other place with wolframite? Calidor. Very sunny, low wind. Okay. Well, we've got solar panels and we've got wind generators, so let's go there. Right, and then once we're there, we need to pick our landing spot. There's a landing spot. It looks to be like the only landing spot. So let's give that a go. Hopefully we will actually land there. I've had a situation where I've landed and the rocket's taken off straight away and then I've been stranded on the planet. Oh, it looks good though. Not very level, but that's okay, we can soon deal with that. Greenery around, doesn't look too bad. Okay, so let's escape. Alright, let's start by levelling some ground off around here. Does that look level? Not very level. That don't look too bad, let's still go with that. Create our own little crater. Now the nice thing is you can actually just move your rocket around. Look at that. You don't need to be too picky. It's still bent, isn't it? I don't like that. It really annoys me. I wish you could flatten the world. But let's deal with it as it is. Right, so okay, so now with the bits that I brought with me, I can start a bit of a base. So first thing, let's get a couple of platforms up. Oh, come on. And then put that on there. And unfold it. And we can build our small... Oh, look, the wind turbine's going, that's good. Small printer. And then with our beacon. Plonk the blue beacon down, and then when I return to this planet, I know exactly where my base was. Okay, cool. We have the makings, or the starting, of a new base. So, some new plants that are dangerous to take care of. Some interesting bits and pieces kicking around that are worth investigating. So I'll find some wolframite and hematite, and then I can carry on building my base. And we'll do that, and I'll get back to you in episode 3, part 3 of the base build. So thanks for watching. If you found this interesting and useful, then that's absolutely fantastic. I'm glad you've got something from it. If you've not subscribed already, then hit the subscribe button and keep up to date with our videos. We do Astroneer and Star Citizen and other interesting bits and pieces that come up, and I review different pieces of tech. So stick with us, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.